Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Sedona Says.
Alyssa approved,
I'm Alyssa.
and I'm Sedona.
I'm feeling a lot of pressure today.
What are you feeling pressured about?
Just about everything, honestly. Just life in general. Just one thing after another.
No, I do get that. Like I said today, even just trying to get off work, go to the store to get groceries, and then I come home, gotta do dishes, gotta do this. It it does feel something I'm thankful for, but it is a lot. And it
Yeah.
does add up, like the pressure.
Society norm of the woman doing everything on top of working.
Yes. Which it's exhausting.
Yeah,
It is
absolutely.
exhausting.
All
But
right, well, let's jump right into it.
yeah, I mean, so far, like I feel like we have a lot to unload about,
Yeah.
expectations with society, pressure, like I don't know, the whole social clock idea to me.
Yeah. That you have to, like, as soon as you get out of high school, you have to immediately jump to college, get a good degree. You have
Hmm.
to do this, this, and this by the time you're 25. And don't you have kids by now? Why aren't you married by now?
Exactly. Like I'm about to be 30 in December, and I don't know why, but I do feel somewhat like, oh my God, panicking. Like 30, I just got engaged, I should have kids and stuff. But it's realistically like, I don't even know if I want kids yet.
Yeah,
I just have this like insane amount of feeling like I have to conform to certain standards because it's shoved down our throats constantly.
yep. It's like drilled
Constantly.
into our heads from a young age. I
Yes.
guess, that you have to stick by this timeline or else you're gonna be a failure in life. No, that's not the truth. Why?
Yeah. And it's crazy to me, like, especially now, even, let's say, I'm about to be 30 and I do want children eventually. They consider it a geriatric pregnancy at 35. That to me is insane. Like, especially now, modern days, like, I don't
There's
know.
women
You're
having
never,
babies in their 40s.
exactly, you're never too old to do anything. You're never too old to get married at a certain age. Like, the whole idea that you have to be instantly married to your high school sweetheart or, like, it's bullshit. It's
Mhm.
annoying.
Yeah. That you have to, have a career by this age, that you have to be financially stable by this age. And let's be honest, the world is not built for us,
Hmm.
unfortunately, anymore. And something needs to change because we're just surviving at this point, no matter what you do, no matter if you go to college.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Like, it really is because the whole idea of the American dream is a set image that really like originated in the 50s. And in the 50s, I mean, what? Women are expected to, you better have a man or else you're going to be considered like a weird outcast, like not one of us. You don't conform to our standards. You're weird and we don't
Yeah.
accept it. So you have
Yep.
to choose to be most often in an unhappy marriage where you're a trad wife, which don't even get me started on that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok about this girl who said that she's a trad wife and she wears a collar every day to show her submission to her husband. And I saw another TikTok replying back to that and she was like, "Girl, just say that you're into a sub. Like say that's your
Right.
kink. You don't
Right.
have to give it a title of trad wife. Like just own the shit that you're
It's
into
a,
a dom
yeah,
sub."
it's normalized now. It's normalized to, you know,
Be okay. Like I and I'm not knocking on anyone that wants to be a trad wife and stuff, but I just disagree with the whole sentiment that trad wife means, or it most commonly means like you're not with like women that don't choose to do it.
you're very submissive to your husband. It's,
Man's rule of
especially,
thumb.
yeah, especially like in with a lot of religion, it's like God, husband, then, myself and the kids, and they're expected to follow certain rules. You must
Go
obey
in
your
that order.
husband, you know. Yeah. You know, your husband's word is law, even though he makes the money and controls every single aspect. You're still expected to take care of the kids, run them around, make all the doctor's appointments,
Hmm.
have dinner cooked and have the house clean,
And
spotless,
a pie in the oven.
yeah, have sex, you know, with your husband, and it's just it's so normalized now, and it's just
It
something needs
wasn't.
to
That's what's
change.
crazy is like I genuinely feel, throughout the eras in 70s was the peace love like hippies movement started people owning their own bodies and stuff. 80s, even the 90s, when Sex in the City came out. Like that was huge. Carrie Bradshaw, a young writer in New York who is going through all of these dating and like figuring her life out. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know. I love that. And I think that there's no set time for someone to have to accomplish something like marriage or anything. If you don't
Yeah.
want to get married, then don't. It is
Yeah.
nothing but a piece of paper, and that's perfectly fine.
If you just want to have a ceremony, have a big ass party just celebrating your love, fucking do it. Why do you have to get married? Why do you have to get that piece of paper to legally say we're married? Why?
Because of certain government rules and shit like that, which, yeah, it's ridiculous to me. It really
Yeah.
is. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy to me that also, speaking of marriage, a society that praises the idea of a, like, communionship or, like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but the idea of that you're supposed to find your person and that's it.
Yep.
Like, okay, that is perfectly fine, but divorce does happen.
Yeah.
You're not forced to be with that person forever. Like,
Sometimes you think that's your person and it may not work out. That's okay though.
hmm
Again, though, you have that societal pressure on you where it's like, oh God, I better not get divorced. I better just try to work through this or else I'm going to be looked down upon. Like nobody wants to marry a divorced woman.
yeah. And it's just like the idea that not even just women, but men, there's the whole like, oh, you're an incel or weird things like that. Like, why is it so weird and abnormal and people get viewed differently as outcasts? The fact that they're being single, embrace it. Like, this is your time. It's not even selfish, sounds like a bad word, but it is your time to figure out what you want. It is your
Yeah.
time to go out and gain experience, certain knowledge, like figure out what you like and don't like.
Yeah.
I
And trust us.
honestly,
Yeah. We're not knocking down anybody who is into that. You know, you do what makes you happy. But we're trying to say, like, there's such a stigma behind it all.
hmm
We're just trying to understand, like, why? Why is this still a thing? Why is this still normalized?
I don't know. That's a crazy, crazy question. I don't know.
You
Like,
know?
it's just they want you to immediately graduate high school, either go to college or get married, buy a rich, like, or be with a rich person and own a house. And it's
Yeah.
like, babe, I
In this
forgot to set my
economy,
alarm. Like,
should have bought a house when I was one.
you're
Jeez.
putting too much pressure on me. And like,
Right.
I'm 29. Okay, I'm not together
Hmm.
yet.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You know, and another thing too, like, a lot of people think that your life ends after 30. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. I'm about to be 33, and I feel like I'm finally just getting started finding myself and what I'm into, you know, and I feel like aging is such a beautiful thing because honestly, truly, like I said, just do what makes you happy. I'm finally doing what makes me happy, and fuck the rest.
Yeah. Which no one, I feel, truly knows who they are at any point in time because we're always
Yeah,
adapting, we're always changing. And it is
yep,
perfectly fine to do that.
yeah,
It is,
absolutely.
like they say, the whole thing where Oprah didn't realize what she wanted to do until she was like 38 or 42 or something like that. But that is actually true. And granted, it is unfortunately a lesser percentage, but that's because we are grouped together and just survival of the fittest type mentality. Like, in order to succeed, you have to conform, you have to just be a part of a certain community because you get farther ahead.
Yeah, and if you don't, then you're a failure.
Yeah. And that it's like it sucks. It really does.
Hmm.
I'm just I don't know, like
Pressure.
pressure. I mean they, what's that thing where it's pressure makes the diamonds. Okay. I don't really feed into that because it's like I can still, be perfectly fine without
Yeah,
the amount of pressure given.
I want to be a crystal, like different. I want no pressure.
Exactly. Which like partly goes into with like career pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oof.
like America, it has a very toxic work system. Um,
Absolutely.
the idea that you're your job or, like the hustle culture altogether, your job title, um, it's
I
it's
hate.
bullshit.
Yeah. Why?
Uh,
Why do you like? I understand. Like, we need money, unfortunately, to survive with the way that things are,
mhm,
and just how everything's built for us as a society. People just kind of just accept it for how things are. But like I said, things really need to change because why do you want to work 70 hours a
yeah.
week? Make yourself sick and miserable. Like, we're not meant to work that much.
hmm And be honest, like, you know, your company really doesn't, you're just replaceable. You're a
Yep,
body. That's it. And it
yep,
sucks because me personally, too, I really do enjoy my job. But why do I feel guilty when I want to take a day off? Why do I feel guilty using my PTO that I earned
yeah.
and
Because then
cashing it
you get
in?
that, yeah. Because then you go to work and then you get that passive aggressiveness from coworkers, from your bosses. God forbid, you know, like you said, you work your ass off for your
hmm
PTO and everything like that. So, and it sucks because you shouldn't feel bad for taking it. Take it,
Yeah.
you know?
I saw actually, or there's an article that I was reading and it was about the work culture in America. Most people's schedules is 5 by 8s, 5 days a week, 8-hour shifts. And I believe, I'm not sure if it's all over the UK or just a certain area, but they started doing the 4 by 10s, 4 days a week, 10-hour shifts, and then you have 3 days off, obviously.
Hmm.
Which they said the morale, their work performance, the just like initiative and the drive increased. Like
Yeah,
it was crazy. Because I mean, you got to think, at least for me, 5 days a week I go to work, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. After that, I'm supposed to go to the gym. So, I don't have time, but then I have to go home and cook dinner for my fiance. Not, he doesn't like, he never would, make me. It's just things that I feel I want to do. I love doing it for him. Um, but then guess what? There's laundry, there's housework, there's time for myself, time for my animals, and I'm supposed to do all of that with my 2 days off?
right. And
How,
spend time with them.
and just how am I supposed to decompress with 48 hours? Do all of this
Yep.
stuff. It's toxic. Like and it's so overwhelming. And I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. My thing is too, though, also just going based off like with the careers and the jobs and everything like that. Why is there such a stigma behind jobs? Like, if you work in fast food, like that's not a real career. Like, yes, the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Somebody's making your food. Like, you learn. I worked at Burger King for almost 7 years. I've learned so much. I learned how to money handle, how to manage, how to, yes, it's fast food, but you learn cooking skills and cleaning skills and things like that. Like, that's a career,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
100% it is. And why is it looked down on? Like,
Yeah,
but it's okay when people that have careers of some sort of like entitlement, I guess, go to that said
yeah,
restaurant. And then
right. Like, who's
like
gonna
you
serve your
don't
food
view
to you?
those, yeah, you don't view those people as people, you view them as like lowly workers,
Yeah,
which we
yeah,
all freaking are. Every single one of us. I don't care if you're a corporate girl, I don't care if you're working at fast food. Like, again, companies do not care about you.
yeah.
The whole
You went to
job
high school.
being just over broke,
Or we're
100%
family
accurate.
here.
Okay,
I
Olive
hate that.
Garden. Yeah.
I, but you know what I mean? Like, you go to a job, they're like, oh, we're like family here. We're no,
Hmm.
no, no,
Yeah.
no,
It
no.
sucks because it's, if you think about it, and I'm not trying to get like depressing or anything, but you do spend so much time out of your entire life, 365 days, let's say. How many days are you going to work being surrounded with the same group of people doing the same thing over and over again?
Yeah. There's an entire world out there. We could be doing so much more. But again, society pressure, normalization of
Just,
the
yeah.
hustle culture and all of that. Like,
Which plays into financial expectations too. Like,
hmm
because, I mean, I enjoy my job and it does provide me the things that I need and the things that I want. But I'm not at that level where I can go where I want to be, where I can go take a vacation every year, a holiday every summer. I'm not there yet. And I feel like, especially with today and just how things are, it's just stacking and stacking. And I'm trying to dig my way out, but
yeah, there's
dirt
just
keeps
more
shoveling.
added to it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I
Because,
just,
I just don't understand that either. Like, why? First off, how are you able to do all that? Second, like, it sucks because you shouldn't feel bad that you can't do that because it's not you,
mm
you know? Like, everybody should be paid a livable wage and to be able to afford, like, basic items,
hmm. Yep.
plus the things that they want. But, they're going to be like, oh, well, go to college, get a degree for this, then you'll be making. No, who says?
mm hmm.
Things change every single day. What if I go to school for this and, I'm promised, oh, you're definitely going to get a career after this in that field. What if I go out there and there isn't anything? Then what?
Yep. Which also, why do people hate on, like, if someone goes to college for a specific degree that
Right.
isn't common, or the whole argument that, what was it, like an arts degree or something like that
Is
didn't really
useless. Like,
count. Yeah.
it does. You went to freaking college. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
You
Like,
know?
and it's okay, whatever you want to go to school for, you go for. Doesn't matter how many times either you have to restart or do anything
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. You need to take a break from high school to college. That's fine. I waited years. I waited until my daughter started going to school to go to school. And then the pandemic hit. I got overwhelmed with everything. I decided to take a break. I'm finally going back. That's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like you said, it's okay. Doesn't matter what you go to school for. Like, that's great that
There's
you even went in the first place.
mm-hmm. There's no time limit on like furthering your education by any
Hmm.
means. Any
Yeah.
means. And also, for the people that like are like me, who are scared to go into financial debt with college and everything, there are, you don't have to necessarily go get a degree if you don't want to. But there are classes, like Harvard actually has on their website,
Yeah.
they have a bunch of their classes and like free, um what's the word I'm
Free
looking for?
programs.
Yeah, it's not like TED Talks, but like free
You
lectures.
get, yeah, and you get certified in a lot of things too now. Even like your local resource buildings, they will have a bunch of free classes that you could take and get certified.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even like there's one of my old jobs. There was a couple people in there that went to get state certified to be a care aide, and they didn't have to work for the company. They just signed up for the classes and it was free. So definitely look around. Don't think that college is your only option.
Yeah, by any means. Because like even the job I'm in now, I got without having to go to college and stuff like, which
Hmm.
eventually maybe I would want to explore that, and that is fine. Like I said, I'm about to be 30 this year. It is still never. It's never going to be too late for me to go back to school and decide what I want to
Exactly.
do. Because right now, I don't even know what I want to do. I'm
Right.
content where I am.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, especially with family. Family, I feel like is like a adds to it
Mm-hmm.
with the pressure of everything and expectations, and it sucks because you're like, okay, maybe they do have a point with things, maybe I should listen to them, but at the same time, it's like, but I'm also putting their happiness, their expectations, molding it into my own when I don't really feel that way.
Yeah, it sucks. Like my gosh, I should have written down what it was talking about, but
Not
they
sure.
were talking about like two different types of families. One being you grow up in a family where it's surrounded by each other, like you guys are dependent on each other. Um, and so you don't have that, you don't really, you're not, you don't have that capability to go out there and figure it out for yourself. Like, cause it's just, hey, no, you gotta come help us, stick with us. Like, this is my shop, it's going down to you type thing. Versus the other type of family, which I don't remember what it's called, being where we raise you to become super independent, but you lack the ability and the capability to really express emotions because it's not an emotional family system.
Yeah,
It's just based on like logic of this is what you do in life to succeed versus the family where it's we support each other too much to where you're dependent on me. Does that
yeah.
make sense?
We have to find a healthy balance with that, where it's like, okay, I'm going to teach you the basic skills to be independent, but also know that we're going to be here for you too. And also, whatever you go to school for, if you don't go to school, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you end up doing in life, we just want you to be happy and okay.
Which goes into like with financial expectations and stuff. I feel like I'm showing off a book every time. But guys, I
That's
swear,
your thing, girl. That's your
I
thing.
literally, um, I actually did just get this book, and it's called The Financial Feminist, by Tori Dunlap. Great read. I think everyone should read it. Um, and it says how to overcome the patriarchy's bullshit to master your money and build a life you love.
Yep.
So, but with financial like pressure and things, it's we have this urge to just always strive and like keep going, keep going, keep going. But we're not
Hmm.
taught how to
Yep.
like properly. You know that from this book, a lot of the words that they use with finances were actually made to confuse us. Like
That doesn't surprise me.
the difference, between a Roth IRA or traditional IRA, like retirement things. It's things that we're never really taught unless you do go to college and unless you have that option, which a lot of people don't. And so we're forced out of public school systems really with the idea of a baby bird trying to fly.
Yeah.
Like,
Just get on, like, we done our job. Get out there.
yep.
And you're
And
like,
if you don't,
what?
then you're the lowly, like,
Yeah.
lowest part of society.
Yep. And God forbid you want to get help because then again, oh,
It's going
well,
to make it
now
really
you're just
hard.
mooching, you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
girl.
But with I guess like the financial aspect of it too. I know like a lot of people have probably heard of Dave Ramsey, which he does talk about finances and stuff. I will say while he is like smart and good, she also kind of just touches where it's like instead of being so diehard that you can't buy things for yourself to truly enjoy, um, you are able to like, go get that jacket, go out to eat that day and stuff, which that's why I really enjoy this book. Um,
if you are able to,
yeah, if
you
which
know,
oh,
you
it's
know, and yeah, and no, it is okay too to live within your means. If you're budgeting, that's okay. You know, if you need to cook at home, that's okay too. You know, just don't feel like you have to do what society's telling you to do. You got to do what works for you, for your family, for yourself.
like I'll be honest, it does really suck feeling broke in a world that glamorizes wealth. 100%. The whole social media aspect of it all. Everyone is going to post only the best parts of themselves on
Mm,
social media. They're going
yep,
to go to a really swanky place once in their life and post it, and it's just we have this image built of other people being able to constantly do it, so why do we feel like we can't? Because
yep,
it's not realistic. Like, I don't know, you at least for me, like I do enjoy going out and doing things,
yeah,
but I think kind of this year when I've doing a lot of self-reflection is I don't feel the need as much to glamorize it or share it with everyone. I don't know.
you're living happily and in silence, and that's good.
Hmm.
Because yeah, why do you have to post every single thing on social media, to show off your wealth and oh look, like I went to this school, I want to get my education for this. I'm working 70 hours plus a week. Why aren't you? Because I don't want to.
And that's
That's
fine.
exhausting. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather
Hmm.
just enjoy my life, taking it as it comes, and it works for me.
Which makes me think of so one of the comments from last week's video where we asked like, do you guys have anything to talk about was the monetization of your crafts.
Yeah.
The idea that I enjoy doing this skill like crochet, knitting, or tarot reading and stuff like that. It's just why do we have to try and sell it all the time? Like, when did it become so ingenuine almost?
Yeah.
And instead of like, hey, I can do this for you because it's something I enjoy, it became, oh, I'll do this for you, but you're gonna have to pay.
Yeah. All right. They need to bring back too, like, exchange of services.
The barter system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like it fix so much of society.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I really did like the comment because um she said also like sometimes I just want to, gift things to people and I don't
Yeah.
want to have to like everyone tells me to sell it or oh you could be making money off of this and everything like
Everything revolves around money, and it's
I've never been like that also
no.
because if I can do something for someone I'm going to do it
Yeah.
without any expectation or exchange of favor almost like I don't
Just
know.
gotta do what makes you happy. And like I said, if people are gonna tell you otherwise and they're gonna whisper in your ear, and you just gotta be like, you know what? I get where you're coming from. That's fine. But this is my life. This is my decision. It makes me happy. If you want to
Mhm.
gift somebody just something like that, do it. You know,
Yeah.
that's great that you think that my skill is so good enough that I could sell it and make money off of it. That's fantastic, but that's not going to make me happy. That's not why I started doing it.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Yep. I will say, I think with like the norms, especially now, I'm kind of wondering where it's heading because,
Yeah,
we have so much lately on social media, just you have those influencers that kind of found a niche market and they're going towards it. But then you
yep,
have the ones that are becoming extremely popular where it's doing like I said, trad wife, or it's doing kind of outdated
yeah.
um social media like aspects.
Hmm.
And it's I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, is it good that trying to gain more independence, like generational, like what's going to happen next? Or do we revert back to certain times where society actually was thriving?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But was it really thriving?
Economically, yes. But that's also played a part with a whole big thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's for another episode.
Gosh. Oh.
We really deep dive into everything.
Hmm. But I don't know. Like, I think the idea of like we always have to reinvent ourselves, or like there always has to be some sort of glow up
Yeah.
too. Like sometimes, I don't need a big profound moment. My what works for me is fucking just screaming, cursing, and rage cleaning and crying and just saying this isn't fair, which life isn't fair. But then other times it's where I journal and meditate and I go to the gym and I calmly sit and reflect.
Yeah, but again, as society growing up, you hear differently. You hear, well, let's be quiet. Well, especially women, we have to be quiet. We have to be submissive. We can't show our emotions like that. We always have
Mhm.
to be happy. And that's not, no, that's not the case, and definitely not the fucking case anymore.
Yeah. I think that there's also like, the whole myth of that we have to constantly be productive. It's exhausting.
Yes,
Like I
you don't have
said,
to constantly be doing something.
yeah. Like I said, even today, got off work. It's Monday. It's never fun starting the week with work. Having to go to the store, coming home, having to do certain chores that I didn't have time to do or didn't even want to do on the weekend. Having to cook and clean, having to just it's so exhausting.
Yeah, yeah. You do not have to constantly be doing something.
And I know that deep down I don't have to, but I feel like a
You
piece of
feel
shit
useless.
almost if
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
Like
Yep, you're
I
like,
get
oh man, like,
guilty for,
yeah,
rotting.
useless, and yeah,
But
yeah.
it's just I don't know. Some of my
We got,
favorite times is rotting in bed, scrolling on
yep.
TikTok or
It's a
doom
lot of
scrolling.
unlearning. Yeah, a lot of unlearning we got to do, and instill in kids and future kids, and even continue just unlearning ourselves. Like, it's okay. You don't have to constantly be doing something. If you want a day to just doom scroll in bed and that's all you did, that's fine. Who cares?
Yeah. Cuz there's just like so many bullshit ideas that get shoved down our throats constantly. Like the idea that boys blue, girls pink, that whole system, basically coming out of the womb, getting wrapped in whatever color blanket gender you are.
Mhm.
Or, the idea that polyamorous relationships aren't real. It's
Yeah,
because certain people can't, I
society.
could just go crazy. Certain people can't open their minds enough to understand or even try and formulate a free opinion on something,
Yeah.
it drives me insane.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, I get the whole, we have to conform to a certain standpoint because it is a system that you do have to depend on and you have to rely
Yep.
on. But you're still able to
Unfortunately.
have that free thought of mind and like make certain choices for yourself. You don't just have to believe what certain things are telling you. Like,
Right.
for like, God's sake, people, stop with the stupid just AI rhetoric of Facebook and all these fake news and everything. Like, go out and actually gain your own knowledge. Ask questions. Always ask questions. I could just go on this huge big rant. Like, I really could, because it's so frustrating to me. It's something that we're all capable of, but people just choose not to because it's so much easier to turn a blind eye to it and just
It is
agree.
very, yes, it is very normalized
We're no better than
today.
cattle. Like, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Yep. We just all were born and then shoved down our throats immediately. You gotta do this, this, and this. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, that's how they continue to live. And, a lot of people are like, I don't want to say waking up, but like,
Woke.
wow, this is,
Triggered.
yeah. Oh no, here they come. You know who.
It's just, it really is. Like, I personally, me, like growing up, grew up in a very Republican household, went to a Lutheran school, got religious
Yeah.
shoved down my throat, got politics shoved down my throat. We had to watch Fox News and the Bill O'Reilly Factor every single night. And
Oh,
I
poor
think,
thing.
trust me, it was awful. I think truly when I got out of, or in the middle of high school and stuff, where you do tend to gain a little bit more like independence almost,
Hmm.
um, is when I just started asking questions and being like, that doesn't sound right. Why
Like,
would
wait a
someone
minute.
choose to follow that when it goes against everything of morals and humanity?
Yeah.
Like, you get out there and you don't have to go with the flow. You can break out and go against like the current.
Make your, yeah, make your own path. Make your own
Mm-hmm.
path. Follow your light. Follow your passion.
Exactly.
Screw the pressure.
Elle Woods did it, babe. Okay. Elle
Yeah,
Woods did it. She went to
she got into
Harvard Law.
Harvard.
Okay. Like, you're
I
telling
think
me
it was
that,
hard.
and she was stereotypical Barbie dream next girl next door vibes, but she said no. If he can do it, I can do it. And she did.
Girl power, am I right?
Yes.
Screw the patriarchy.
Mm-hmm. No.
Huh.
Which that reminds me, so I actually found out something crazy. When I was reading
Do
this
tell.
book,
Yes.
did you know in 1974 is when women were allowed to get credit cards?
Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
not even that long ago.
It's not. And did a crazier thing, which this is disgusting to me. China in 2016, not even 10 years ago, criminalized domestic violence. So you're expecting all of us as people to do the right things and go with the flow, get a good education, do everything the system tells you to do. But it's a system that's still completely wrong and not even like, not elevated is the right word, but it's so outdated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
1974. People, I'm bad at math. I really am. So I don't even know how old you'd be.
51.
51! And you know what? For me in my 50s, still don't know if I'm wanting to have kids or not. I have this image of me being the cool, rich, fun, auntie that
And there's
Me and my
nothing wrong with
fiance
that.
have this cool, weird house with all of our weird decor, and just abnormal. I love that
Yeah,
idea.
send my kid right over.
I love it. Like, that's where I'm at right now too. Is just I'm kind of at a crossroads, almost wondering if, like, do I want kids? Do I not want kids? Obviously engaged, getting married and stuff, but I think I'm leaning more towards not having kids, and that's okay, but it feels personally just like such a lone choice
Yeah.
because it's something that a lot of, not everyday people in your life don't tend to do, I'd say.
Yep.
And it feels
Yeah.
weird because, like, I don't know, I don't everyone I know has kids, and they're happy and I love it for them and stuff, but, like, what if I don't?
It's
And
not for everybody.
yeah.
It's not even when you do get pregnant and they're like it's either gonna be, oh well, you better get married, or oh well, you better like figure it out because unwed mother and all that. Like I when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, freshly, not even 22 yet, remember family members telling me like, oh, you should get an abortion or you should give her up for adoption because of your situation. There was just all this pressure to like,
You're gonna throw your life
you should do
away.
this. Yeah, yeah. Like you're gonna end up like you're gonna end up a crack whore on the corner because of
Jesus.
who you're with. Like, yeah, like I'm like, okay, like
Is that the
thank
only
you very
option?
much. Right. Like I was like, no, like I want to keep my baby. Like somebody actually told me like, well, your aunts are trying for a baby, maybe you should talk to them. No. Why is that so normalized too? Like,
I don't know. I think you did the damn thing, and I think
look at where I am now. She's happy,
exactly.
she's healthy,
She's
and my
thriving.
relationship with my family is stronger, because I just went with what felt right at the time, I guess, and
Hmm.
it was hard as fuck, but better.
Yeah,
Better now.
and it's strange, how many, like, I know obviously everyone has their own journey and their own path and their own backstory, but
Mhm.
it's crazy to me that why is it so glamorized to, like, make it out of the dumps, like me, like
Right.
with my childhood and stuff, like, why is it so good for her, she did it, like,
Right.
no,
It
it
shouldn't
was
have
really
happened.
hard, and it shouldn't have happened, and it's not okay
Mhm.
that, like, certain things happen, and the
Yeah.
system failed. The same system that we're supposed to follow and protect us if we pertain to its guidelines doesn't work. It's
I
flawed.
I truly think they designed it this way on purpose because they want people to stay stuck with where they are.
Hmm.
So it's a continuous cycle. So they
We're just
thrive
cattle.
off of,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. We
yep.
really are. And, like, I think honestly with this whole episode, we just kind of, I think maybe we were both feeling it, like, just exhausted, defeated, and fed the fuck up.
We're done with societal pressure of things. We are making our own paths. We are doing what makes us happy now.
Date at
Like I
50. Go
said,
out there, do what you want. Be single.
exactly.
Have
If
kids, don't
you,
have kids.
yes, you want to fucking go work at a strip club for the rest
Fuck
of your
off.
life, go and do it. You want to work at Burger King for the rest of your life and it makes you happy and it pays your bills and you are able to survive, go ahead. You want to do the hustle culture? I don't get it, but go ahead if it makes you happy.
You're like, hard pass for me. If you want to do, like, the whole pretending to, I eat this in a day and I only love kale. No, the fuck you don't. And it is okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to glamorize it on social media. You don't have to
Yep.
picture perfect, like happy family, smile, everything perfect.
Yep.
No,
But also,
we're all
yeah, but
humans.
also normal people know that, a lot of the stuff on social media is fake. So please don't compare yourselves, don't compare your lives, don't feel bad that you are not supposed to be where society is telling you that you have to be.
If anything, honestly, I love, like I said, the idea of, being older and being the cool, rich, fun auntie. But I love the
Mhm.
idea that people I meet in life have completely different stories and paths than everybody else because it's
Yeah,
so how boring, like
I do want to be the same.
yes, how boring.
You know, be different, be a crystal,
Eh, be different.
don't be a diamond under pressure.
No. Mm-mm. But I
No,
think
man.
yeah, just it was a lot. Sorry guys. We kind of just let it like and
Yeah, just,
ranted, but
yeah,
I'm sure that a lot of people feel the same way and don't know
absolutely.
what the hell they're doing, and that's fine.
Please
We
tell
all
us in the comments.
my favorite like quote that I saw was it was geared towards forgiving like parents or something, but it is said like you got to keep in mind it's their first time being alive too.
Yep.
No one's done this life thing. Like I mean, we might have, I don't know, reincarnation could be real,
We're
which that
figuring it
could
out as we go.
take me on another topic, but exactly. We're all doing it's our first time being alive. We're not
Yeah.
experts at it, and that's fine.
What are some pressures that you guys feel are affecting your everyday lives? Please tell us in the comments
Yes.
so we can connect, so we know that we're not alone.
And I know what I can
Are
stay
you
away from. I don't need any more
are you
pressure.
are you part of the hustle culture? Please tell us.
Please tell us
We,
why.
why? Is it fun?
No.
Okay.
I wish I had that mindset of, that being enjoyable, but that's not new.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Mm-mm.
Speaking of enjoyable though, I think, we talked about for next week. I'm very excited.
Me
Um
too.
we're taking it back to school, y'all. First grade, show and
Show
tell.
and tell. Oh, it's gonna be fun. We're like,
Mhm.
okay, we talked a lot about like heavier topics and things like that. Let's do something fun. So yeah, show and tell next week. So we're just literally just showing and telling all of our favorite stuff for an hour. And I mean, like, if you want to add your favorite things in the comments right now, that's fine too. Or if you want to wait till next
Please.
week, even better.
Hmm.
I'm excited.
Yes. And definitely like I mean, if you guys want to, feel free to go check out our social medias. I'm having a lot of fun with TikTok lately, so I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna try and post more, not just on my own personal, but like for us. Because
for a podcast TikTok
oh my
page.
gosh, just thinking about it now, actually, all of the stuff I want to show, like I'm not a hoarder, I swear, but
I'm not a
I have a
hoarder.
lot of weird, like,
The rarer the better.
yeah, things.
It's gonna be a lot of fun though. It is gonna
Hmm.
be a lot of fun. Very high and energetic. Very excited to
Yes.
see what you're gonna show.
Yeah. I don't know. I already kind of have a general idea, which I might give a sneak peek on a TikTok for it.
And
So,
don't worry guys, we're not gonna show anything dirty. That's for private calls between Sedona and I.
yeah.
Look what I just got today.
What's his name?
Phil.
Phil. Tell me why the first thought I thought in my head, I was like, oh, Phil Collins? Get it. Hear me out, Dr.
Can you see
Phil.
it coming in the air tonight?
I can. Yeah, I really can.
I feel like a lot of pressure is off of us now.
I think I just needed to like verbally
Get it
throw
out.
up and,
Yeah.
you know,
Vent it out,
scream.
girl.
Yeah, because even today, I'm telling you, as I got home, I couldn't even sit down for like 2 seconds. Came in here,
Before you had a
my room was a mess. Called Alex on Discord, and I was like, I just need to vent. I need to go the hell off. And he
Mm-hmm.
heard me out. He was just like, look, take it one thing at a time. We can do this. It's just,
Like,
ugh,
are you sure? Why are you
mm,
telling me this?
no.
Feed into my Delulu.
Yeah, no, tell me that I can't do it. Let me just
Right.
cry.
Tell me that I can't do it. Tell me you're just gonna take care of me for the rest of my life and I'll be
Yeah,
okay and I'll still have
you
lots of
do
money.
it. Like, yes, I wish. My God, the ideal dream. Anna Nicole Smith.
I'm just here to make men fall in love with me and break their hearts one at a time.
Yes,
She was an icon.
I love her. She was actually abnormal too, viewed by
I have
society as bad.
I have an episode idea, but I will discuss with you after.
Okay,
Another
but
fun one.
I'm
Yes.
excited.
Ow.
All right, well, should we change
We
it
are
up?
change what up? What do you mean? Okay.
Okay, well, thank you guys for listening to us just rant and feed into each other's delusions and justify it.
Even
Don't
through each
forget
other's delusions.
don't forget to comment down below what are some things y'all feel that society tries to shove down our throat. Also, comment down below what are some fun, weird items in your house that you wouldn't see every day that you kind of flex, you know? Don't forget to follow our socials and like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for listening.
Yes. And this has been another episode of Sedona Says.
Alyssa approved,
I'm Alyssa.
and I'm Sedona.
Bye, guys.
Bye.